Episode 31, The Image of Wayan. After Kusina regained her strength, she continued to practice treading water. Although I still fell into the water again and again, it was much better than before. Her talent is already good, and she has practiced sealing since she was a child, and her use of chakra is definitely above Namikaze Minato. Unable to stand on the water before, more because of interference from Nine Tails chakra. Now the Nine Tails chakra is sealed by Li Yue with the 3-layer 4-image seal, without the interference of another chakra, and the background of learning the sealing technique since childhood has been revealed. In just 1 hour, the water treading training was completed. I succeeded. Kusina stood on the surface of the water, let the waves beat, and did not fall. The joy and pride rose in her heart, and she couldn't help but want to find someone to confide in, so she looked at Li Yue. Her delicate face was full of complacency. Teacher Li Yue, I have learned to tread water. He raised his chin proudly as he spoke, as if he was a kindergarten student, telling the teacher to praise me quickly. Idiot, it's been several hours and I haven't even caught a single fish. The mission is about to fail. Why are you still so proud? Instead of being praised, he was scolded. Kusina's face collapsed, her mouth pouted, and she complained softly. What? I learned this trick so hard. Teacher Li Yue is really a stinky teacher, an idiot teacher. As he spoke, he stepped on the water heavily, splashing clusters of water. But she also knew that she couldn't continue to delay, so she stepped on the water, spotted the fish in the water, and then quickly shot. Kusina made it. Namikaze Minato, who was picking fruit in the orchard, saw this scene, a strange light flashed in his eyes, and then cheered himself up. It seems that I have to work hard, but I can't be left behind by Kusina. As he spoke, he looked at the fruit forest in front of him, stepped heavily on the tree trunk with his feet, and as the debris splashed, his body turned into an afterimage and flashed across the trees. I have to work harder, I can't hold back Minato and Kusina. Hitaki Yuki, who was building the house, took a deep breath, and slashed the short blade across, splitting the material in half. When the three of them were doing the task in full swing. The scorching summer also slowly slides down the mountain, and the afterglow of the setting sun dyes the sky red, drawing a beautiful picture. During this period, the three also completed the task. Thank you so much, Master Li Yue. The orchard owner said respectfully. Li Yue nodded, then looked at the three of Kusina, and waved his hand. It's getting late, let's go back, this time it's the same as before, we'll get back to the village within 10 minutes. After speaking, the figure flashed and disappeared. Seeing this, the three hurriedly followed. 10 minutes later, when the group returned to the village, Li Yue also walked out of the mission hall with a bag of silver in his hand. Okay, today's task is well completed, and then I will settle the rewards for you. Li Yue shook the purse in his hand. Very good. The three cheered. Teacher, you specifically helped us find today's task, right? The purpose is to let us master the use of chakra. Namikaze Minato asked suddenly. Oh, why do you say that? Li Yue asked with interest. Because these three missions are completely different. The construction task requires the use of swinging a knife, so this task is just right for Yuki. Yuki can use this task to practice his sword skills. And I'm good at speed, and at the same time I don't have enough control over chakra. What you need to pick fruit is speed, and at the same time, you must ensure that you don't fall from the tree, so the task of picking is most suitable for me. As for Kusina, her chakra control is not good, but the most important thing to fish is to stand on the water, so this task can just exercise Kusina's chakra control. Minato calms Kaido. Very keen observation. Li Yue clapped her hands and nodded at the same time. You were right, these three missions were indeed carefully prepared by me, and I just wanted to let you learn how to use chakra through the missions. The three of them were a little moved. Although Li Yue was always late and seemed a little unreliable, when it came time for the task, she was always considerate of them. It turns out that teacher Li Yue has been thinking about us all the time. I just called him a bad teacher because he didn't praise me just now. I really went too far. Single quote. Kusina's eyes were full of guilt, and she felt that what she had done just now was really inappropriate. Thinking about it, she remembered how Li Yue helped her seal the Nine Tails chakra. Since Grandma Mito died, no one cared about her so much anymore. No matter what happens in the future, I will trust teacher Li Yue and never doubt it again, because what teacher Li Yue does must be for my own good. Single quote. Kusina secretly made up his mind. Li Yue on the side didn't know what Kusina was thinking, so he took out 10,000 taels from the silver bag and handed it to the three of them. The reward has been given to you, you can go and have a good meal. Okay, there is nothing else, I will go first. Li Yue waved her hands with a smile, and then left in an instant. Teacher, walk slowly. Kusina waved her hands with a touch of emotion, and then looked at the two companions. I misunderstood teacher Li Yue before. Although teacher Lee Yue likes to be late, she is actually a very good teacher. Hitaki Yuki nodded like a chicken pecking rice. Teacher Lee Yue is indeed an excellent teacher. Namikaze Minato nodded in agreement, and then looked at the silver in his hand with some weirdness. But why is our reward only 10,000 taels? What? Kusina and Hitaki Yuki looked hurriedly. It turned out that there were only 10,000 taels. Before accepting the task, they clearly remembered that each task was worth 10,000 taels, and the sum of the three was 30,000 taels. Now there are only 10,000 taels. That means, Lee Yue deducted 20,000 taels. Gram, off. The three of them stood there with blank faces. Lee Yue had just established a stalwart image, but it collapsed in the hearts of the three of them. Among them, Kukina showed a terrifying smile, her red hair was dancing wildly. He, it's too bad that I praised teacher Lee Yue as an excellent and responsible teacher just now. Episode 32, The Impressive Minato. Kusina, during the task period, her attitude was not correct, and she was procrastinating in doing things. In order to attract everyone's attention, I deducted 2,000 taels. Lee Yue said with a smile. Teacher Blackheart. Kusina muttered dissatisfied. Half a month has passed since the first mission was completed, and they have been doing D-level missions for the past half month. The reward for the task has also been withheld by Lee Yue. According to Lee Yue's words, only by deducting your remuneration can you pay attention to it and take more serious tasks. However, she doesn't believe in such nonsense. Teacher, we have accumulated so many D-level missions, can we accept C-level missions now? Minato didn't care about such things as skimping, and instead cared about the new mission. C-level mission? Kusina also didn't care about the underpayment, and looked at Lee Yue expectantly. Well, it is indeed time to do some difficult tasks. Lee Yue touched his chin, then nodded. In that case, follow me to the mission hall, this time I will take you to a C-level mission. Very good. The three cheered. A group of people soon came to the mission hall, and Lee Yue also chose a C-level mission. Destroy the Shanluoshan bandits. Since it is an extermination mission, it means that this mission involves blood. Prepare your things, then gather at the gate of the village, and give you a final reminder that there will be battles in this mission. If you don't want to die, prepare well. Lee Yue said in a deep voice. Yes. The three of them nodded heavily, and immediately went to the cutting tool shop to replenish supplies after leaving, and then went to the gate of the village to meet with each other as quickly as possible. After they reunited, Lee Yue waved his hand. Set off. After speaking, he rushed out immediately. Seeing this, the three hurriedly followed. For the three of Kusina, going out of the village was extremely novel. As soon as they walked out of the village, they looked around, and it seemed that every flower, plant and tree was so strange. Certainly, trees get boring when you look at them too much. After just half an hour, they lost interest and started paying attention to the content of the task. Shanluo Mountain is located in an area outside of Konoha. There is a village under the mountain, and the villagers of the village are the employers of this mission. It turns out that there were no bandits in Shanluo Mountain before. But I don't know when, a group of exiled bandits came suddenly, and came to rob every once in a while, making the villagers miserable. At the beginning, the bandits robbed food, but they could bear it. But then the gangsters went too far, not only robbing food but also killing people. Faced with the brutal bandits, the villagers couldn't stand it anymore, so each family raised money and sent a young man to Konoha to announce the task. And this task happened to be taken over by Lee Yue. The night is like ink. Darkness shrouded the land, and the clouds were surging, revealing only a trace of moonlight, and the howling mountain wind from time to time rolled up the stumps of trees on the ground, making piercing sounds like night owls. On a tree, 4 figures hid in it, silently watching the cottage ahead. I won't take action on this mission, so whether it's sneaking into the cottage or killing the bandits inside, you need to complete it yourself. Lee Yue changed her gentle attitude before, and said with sharp eyes. Ourselves? The hearts of the three jumped. Although they are geniuses, they are rookies who have just graduated and have never seen blood at all. Faced with such a task suddenly, it is natural to feel nervous. What? Are you afraid of the imminent incident? Lee Yue sneered, and then gave the three of them a mocking look. If you're afraid, go back to Konoha. Not at all. Kusina's face turned red, she would not admit that she was indeed so scared. Let's start making plans. Namikaze Minato didn't refute anything, but took a deep breath, and then said to the two companions. After being ridiculed by Lee Yue for a while, the two didn't back down anymore, and discussed with Minato how to act. Soon, the plan was drawn up. Their plan is very simple, that is to kill the guard bandits as quickly as possible, then sneak into the cottage and kill the bandits in their sleep. Then, do it. Namikaze Minato rushed out without any hesitation, and when he was about to approach the gate of the cottage, a sharp light flashed in his eyes. Call out! Call out! Kunai flings out quickly, approaching ultimate. The two bandits guarding the gate seemed to have heard something, looked through the faint light of the fire, and then saw two kunai rushing towards them. Enemy! The bandit narrowed his eyes and was just about to shout. But as soon as the word enemy came out, it stopped abruptly, and the cold kunai penetrated his throat, stopping all his voices. Seeing this, Minato came behind the two of them. A pungent smell of blood poured into his nostrils, making his stomach twitch, and a trace of unbearableness flashed in his eyes. But quickly adjusted again. He raised his hands to support the bodies of the two who were about to fall, and then put them down gently without making any movement. After finishing off the guarding bandits, he gestured towards the dark place, signaling Kusina and Hitaki Yuki to follow. Good. Li Yue saw all this and nodded in satisfaction. In the original book, Minato is synonymous with mildness and sunshine. This also leads many people to think that Minato is very benevolent and kind. But is that really the case? Don't forget how Namikaze Minato Gold Glitter got its name. That's the title earned by killing a lot of rock shinobi. So Minato was never a benevolent person. In other words, his kindness will only be reserved for his companions, not his enemies. At this time, Kusina and Hitaki walked over. Looking at the corpse lying in a pool of blood, the two trembled. Especially the eyes of the corpse are still open, they can even see from these eyes the owner of the corpse's longing for life and resentment towards the enemy. For this kind of gaze, the two were extremely uncomfortable. We must sneak into the cottage as soon as possible, otherwise the smell of blood will alarm the people in the cottage. Minato said in a low voice, his handsome face was full of calmness. It took Kusina and Hitaki Yuki a while to recover, and at the same time they looked at Minato with weird eyes. They didn't expect that Minato, who usually looks gentle, would be so decisive during the mission, and even if he killed someone, he would still maintain his usual calmness. But they are not the tail of the crane. After a short period of panic, he calmed down slowly, and the corpse lying in a pool of blood didn't seem as scary as before. Do it. With a wave of his hand, Minato jumped down from the gate of the cottage, then hid in the darkness and slowly sneaked inside. Kusina and Hitaki Yuki glanced at each other, took a deep breath, and followed quickly. Episode 33, This is a Ninja. Swish, swish, swish. Three figures sneaked in the darkness. Although there were guards in the cottage, the time Li Yue picked was late at night, when he was sleepy, so the guards in the cottage were all dozing off. Thorn tilde. Minato's figure flashed, and the blue pupils did not know whether the flash was ruthless or calm, and the sharp kunai slashed across the gangster's throat without hesitation, and blood sprayed out. Well, the gangster who was dozing off suddenly felt a sharp pain. After waking up, he clutched his neck, but he couldn't say a word, and could only let his vitality continue to dissipate. After a brief panic, Kusina and Hitaki also raised their butcher knives and charged at the guards. A guard fell, and a strong smell of blood spread. The trio might be able to hide themselves from being found. But it couldn't stop the bloody smell from spreading. The gangsters were a group of ruthless and merciless people, and their vigilance was not weak. When they smelled the smell of blood, they were alarmed instantly. When they saw the corpses, they immediately let out a mournful roar. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! The roar resounded throughout Shanluo Mountain. The bandits in their sleep woke up in an instant, and rushed out of the house one by one. The orange torches were constantly lit, illuminating the entire cottage. The three people who had been hiding in the darkness were also discovered. Konoha shinobi. Seeing this, the faces of the gangsters changed drastically, and fear appeared in their eyes. This world is the world of ninjas. They know how terrifying the power a ninja wields. It's just three brats. If you're afraid of farts, kill them. Suddenly, a burly man with a mace came out and rushed forward while roaring. The other gangsters also woke up from the roar, and hurriedly followed. They knew that if these three ninjas were not dealt with, all the people in the cottage would die. Kill! A gangster roared and kept rushing out. Water! Minato, what should we do now? Hitaki Yuki swallowed, his eyes filled with panic. The strength of these bandits may be weak. But while rushing and shouting, he was indeed full of momentum. Even if he was a ninja, he was shocked for a while. Don't be afraid, they are just ordinary people, rushing forward. Minato spoke calmly. These people may have a good momentum. But no matter how imposing he is, it can't change his weak nature. Although the three are genin, as long as they charge forward, they can definitely win easily. Superior. Minato gave a low snort, and was the first to rush forward. Like a tiger joining a pack of wolves, he came to a group of gangsters in an instant. With a hook of his finger, kunai slashed across the throat of a gangster, and then jumped to the left, easily dodging the iron rod that hit him. We're going to. Kusina also rushed up. Seeing this, Hitaki Yuki took a deep breath, calmed down and used the family sword technique. Shua tilde. Pale light flashed. The 4 gangsters held their throats and came down with a bang. Wind-style blow fly. Minato jumped up, and with the seal, he used the only wind-style ninjutsu he knew. Wow tilde. A strong hurricane rolled up and slammed into a group of gangsters, blowing the rushing gangsters upside down. And Kasina also seized the opportunity to harvest. Thorn tilde. Corpses fell one after another, and the bright red blood pooled into a river, which then seeped into the soil, and a pungent bloody smell permeated the entire village. Is this a ninja? Hitaki Yuki looked at the corpses all over the floor, his voice trembling slightly. Namikaze, Minato and Kasina were silent. Yes, this is a ninja. Ninja is not a playhouse, but a profession that dances on the tip of a knife. Li Yue's voice sounded, and a figure appeared from the roof. Teacher. The 3 opened their mouths, but they didn't know what to say. Although the gangsters have been slaughtered, there are still people alive in the cottage. Open the door of that house and kill everyone inside. Li Yue pointed to the wooden house at the back of the cottage. The other wooden houses have been opened, but that wooden house is tightly closed. Obviously there are still people hiding inside. Kill them all? The faces of the 3 changed slightly when they heard this. They probably guessed who was hiding inside. Although this is a gangster cottage, there are old, weak, sick, disabled, women and children among the gangsters. These people are vulnerable groups. Once an enemy invades, the first thing to do is to hide instead of joining the battle. Does the teacher really want to do this? The people hiding in the house are a group of women and children, and it is impossible for them to do evil. Maybe they are villagers from the bottom of the mountain, but they were just captured, and they are not bandits at all. Hitaki Yuki couldn't help but said, "Don't worry, I have investigated, they are the family members or descendants of the bandits. As for not doing evil? As bandit family members, they are a kind of natural evil. Maybe someone can forgive this kind of evil, but this kind of forgiveness should not appear in ninja missions." Li Yue said coldly, looking at the 3 of them coldly, "Hurry up and kill them. The slower you attack, the more intense the pain they will endure. Human beings have compassion and empathy." What are compassion and empathy? That is, when faced with various things, the 2 people have the same emotion, which makes them feel unbearable. When facing those bandits, the 3 of Minato would not have such emotions. But the group of people hiding in the house was different. Most of them are weak people. Most people will feel pity when they see weak people, and even think of what happened when they were weak. And that's empathy. So what Li Yue has to do is to let him overcome this emotion, so as not to be injured or even die due to this emotion on the battlefield in the future. I don't want to repeat the same words. Open the door and kill them all. Li Yue spoke extremely coldly. After hearing this, the 3 raised their arms tremblingly, and walked stiffly step by step. As the door opened, they saw faces full of fear. Boom! The door was closed again. But the shrill scream pierced the night sky, and blood gushed out from the crack of the door, staining the ground red. Episode 34, Becoming Hokage. Forest of Night. It looks like an abyss at a glance, and the rustling sound keeps coming from the depths, which makes people frightened. However, as a bonfire was lit, the darkness was like a frightened beast, and a big hole was suddenly poked open. Beside the campfire, the 4 of Li Yue sat quietly, and no one spoke. The 3 of Minato obviously haven't recovered from the killing yet. You must be wondering, why do I want you to kill those people? I even think that those people are just a group of old, weak, sick and disabled. It's no big deal if they let them go. Ordinary people may not be able to threaten ninjas in their lifetime. Li Yue opened his mouth slowly. The red-orange light of the bonfire reflected his calm face. The 3 looked at each other, hesitated for a moment, and finally nodded. Because we are in different positions. Li Yue added a piece of firewood to the campfire, and said lightly. Different positions? The 3 of them were taken aback, doubt flashed in their eyes. In the ninja world, killing is happening every day, and people with different positions represent the enemy most of the time. Do you know Chio, the elder of Tsunagakure? Li Yue said in a deep voice. Do not know. The 3 shook their heads. That's right, you don't know each other, but if you meet, Chio will definitely kill you without any hesitation. But why is it like this? You obviously don't know her, or even just met for the first time. Why did she kill you? The reason is that the positions are different. She is a sand shinobi ninja, and we are Konoha shinobi. We fought during World War II, so even if you don't know each other, she will kill you when you meet. People with different positions may be enemies from birth, even if the 2 sides have never met. Bandits are one kind of position, and we are another kind of position. We are in different positions, and we are enemies from the beginning to the end, and it is difficult to change. So even if they have no power to resist, we must kill them to avoid future troubles. Li Yue spoke softly, fully revealing the bloody rules of the ninja world in front of the three of them. The three trembled all over. They didn't expect the real situation in the ninja world to be like this. Kill and be killed without any reason. All kinds of things may not be right or wrong at all. There are just different positions. So you have to remember that kindness is reserved for friends, but ruthlessness is always reserved for enemies. Li Yue said in a deep voice. Kasina and Hitaki Yuki nodded heavily. The guilt of killing the old, weak, sick and disabled is also slowly easing. This world may be full of killing and being killed, and we are powerless to change this fact. Minato clenched his fists tightly, and then showed a bright and gentle smile. But that's it, I have to work hard to become stronger. Only in this way can I protect the people I care about from being hurt. And that's why I want to be Hokage. Become a Hokage? After hearing this, Kasina's impression of Minato changed somewhat. Although she still thinks Minato looks like a girl, after witnessing Minato's performance today, she no longer feels that Minato is talking big. Ha 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 tilde. You want to be Hokage, it will take a while, because I will be the fourth Hokage. Li Yue laughed loudly. Well, does the teacher want to be Hokage too? The three were shocked. They have been with Li Yue for more than half a month, but they have never heard that Li Yue is going to become Hokage. Of course. Li Yue nodded. There are many reasons why he wants to be Hokage. One is that I want to live a more free life, and I don't want to be blindly directed by politicians like third generation. Having read the original book, he knows how pitiful Konoha's senior management is. Among them, Third Hokage and Danzo, what they like to do most is to put on an attitude for the village, and then entrap the ninjas of the same village. In the original book, Uchiha was killed in this way. The second is the issue of position. Uchiha will face Sarutobi Hiruzen sooner or later. As the patriarch of Uchiha, I can't just watch the Uchiha clan perish. Some people may ask, since Konoha is so pitiful, why didn't he defect with the whole family? For this kind of question, he just wants to answer. Why? Why should Uchiha defect like a bereaved dog, and then be ridiculed as a rebellious ninja by the whole ninja world? Konoha was obviously established by Uchiha. Why should Uchiha, the founding clan, be forced to leave in a panic by Sarutobi Hiruzen? So no matter what, he will not defect. Not to mention defecting with the family. Konoha is Uchiha's Konoha, and the Sarutobi clan is going to go, not the Uchiha clan. And, more importantly, compared with other villages, Konoha is simply a paradise. The climate is warm, the resources are rich, the atmosphere is harmonious, there are many beauties, and the strength is strong. It is the most suitable place to live in the ninja world. Isn't it stupid to give up these conditions and run to be a traitor who everyone shouts and beats, and then eats and drinks the northwest wind? So Li Yue wants to be Hokage and take back what should belong to Uchiha. If the teacher is going to become Hokage, then we have to wait a long time. Kasina said a little discouraged. It's okay, I'm willing to wait no matter how long it takes. And in my opinion, Hokage is not only a title, but also represents everyone's recognition. As long as it can protect everyone from harm, it is Hokage even without the name of Hokage. Minato smiled gently. For him, Hokage is not only a title, but also a responsibility. Not being a Hokage is a Hokage. But the one who can protect everyone and get everyone's approval is Hokage. So no matter how long the wait is, he is willing. Li Yue on the side smiled slightly after hearing this, knowing that these were Minato's sincere words. However, he still interrupted the conversation of several people. Okay, let's stop here, let's take a rest, and we have to go back to the village early tomorrow morning. Yes. The three put away their chatterboxes, closed their eyes and rested their minds, waiting for tomorrow to come. Episode 35, 8 Tails Jinchuriki. Thunder Country Cloud Shinobi Village. The towering peaks tower above the clouds, looming, and among the mountains, a huge building is located, which cannot be covered even by clouds and mist. This is the Reikage building, and the Reikage office is located in the Reikage building. At this time, Third Reikage was dealing with official business indoors. Just as he was putting away a document, there was a loud bang from the door. Boom! The door was pushed open violently. I saw a young man with a strong figure, long blonde hair, and a face similar to Third Reikage walked in, and shouted loudly as soon as he walked in. Father, it's not good, the power of 8 Tails is rioting again. What? Third Reikage was startled, and then frowned. What's the matter with Bruby, didn't he suppress the power of 8 Tails? The situation is unknown, but the tailed beast coat has appeared on Bruby's body. The future 4th Reikage said anxiously. Go and have a look. Third Reikage said as he tore off his uniform, smashed the glass of the window, and quickly jumped out. Father, wait for me. AI shouted hurriedly, imitating his father, smashing another piece of glass with his fist, and hurriedly followed. Cloud Shinobi Village, North Street. Bruby, who is 8 Tails Jinchuriki, was lying on the ground, and the red and evil chakra rose into the sky, covering his body. Soon, 1 tail, 2 tails, 3 tails. It wasn't until 4 tails erupted behind him that Bruby completely lost his human form before he could barely stop. Why? A roar came out of Bruby's mouth. He was originally the cousin of the future 4th Reikage AI. He was selected as 8 Tails Jinchuriki because of his excellent ninjutsu, pedigree, ability, and moral character. He was able to suppress and control 8 Tails very well at the beginning, and the Cloud Shinobi executives also had high hopes for him. But after becoming a Jinchuriki for a while, he found that the attitude of the people around him has changed. Fear, rejection, hiding, disgust, anger. The changes in the attitudes of his friends and companions made him increasingly exhausted physically and mentally, and the high-intensity pressure even caused him mental problems, so that he often saw horrible pictures of death. And today, he walked the streets as usual. The people passing by were also the same as before, pointing behind him and even saying some nasty words. If it was in the past, he would just suffer in silence. But today, there was a sentence that completely destroyed his defense line. Jinchuriki shouldn't have stayed in the village at all. His existence will only bring disaster to the village. We should ask Lord Reikage for instructions to expel Bruby. Why? He became a Jinchuriki, obviously for the sake of the village. In order to let the village have the power of the tailed beast, but also to suppress the tailed beast, so that the village will not be injured again. But why are you still being scolded? He even said that he should be expelled from the village. The last line of defense collapsed. Bruby went berserk. 8 Tails chakra kept rushing out of his body, destroying what little sanity he had left. He just wants to kill the person who scolded him now. Roar tilde. A beast-like roar came from his mouth. The black particles condensed continuously, and finally formed the terrifying tailed beast bomb. Boom! There was a loud roar. The terrifying tailed beast bomb rushed forward, directly tearing the people along the way to shreds, and then crashed into the mountains. Boom! An explosion occurs, and flames rise. The mountain peak continued to collapse under the impact, and huge boulders fell from the sky, affecting the surrounding crowd. 8 Tails Jinchuriki went berserk. Run away from here quickly, don't appear in Jinchuriki's sight. Where's Anbu? Why hasn't he come yet? Screams sounded, and the people began to flee frantically. But Bruby, who lost his mind, showed no mercy. His beast-like body rushed out, and the red chakra swept across, causing huge casualties. Bruby, calm down. The roar of 3rd Reikage came, and blocked 4 Tails Bruby amid lightning and thunder. But Bruby had long since lost consciousness. Seeing 3rd Reikage blocking in front of him, Chakra slapped his arm hard. Father, Bubby has lost consciousness a long time ago. He must be defeated to stop this turmoil. AI yelled. Damn it. 3rd Reikage yelled angrily, but he also knew that the matter was urgent, and if he didn't stop it, it would be troublesome if Bu Ruby broke out, so he shouted angrily, the first team of Anbu, suppress Bu Ruby. Yes. A man named Anbu appeared, and then quickly formed seals, and slapped his palms heavily on the ground. Thorn tilde. Amidst the thunder and lightning, countless bolts of lightning shot up from the ground, and finally turned into a giant net of lightning, covering 4 Tails Bruby's body. Bruby was hurt, and immediately roared in pain. The beast-like body swayed vigorously, kicking up dust all over the ground, and the forelimbs even endured the damage caused by lightning, as if trying to tear the thunder net into pieces. Increase your strength. The captain of the Anbu team shouted. After hearing this, the others immediately increased the transmission of chakra, and the power of the already huge thunder net increased by 1 point. It's now, AI. 3rd Reikage growled. Clear. AI nodded heavily. The two jumped up while looking at each other, and then shouted in unison. Lateral bolt of pain. Chop. The two jumping in the air swooped down, their arms like knives slashing towards Bu Ruby on the ground. Boom. There was a loud bang. In the original book, Susanu's body ninjutsu, which can split the complete body, slashed hard on Bruby's body. With Bruby's roar, his body fell down suddenly, and the red chakra on his body also slowly dissipated. But Bruby did not lose consciousness. The eyes wrapped in red chakra still revealed blood and brutality. If you don't seal it now, with Jinchuriki's recovery speed, I'm afraid it will explode with stronger power. Sealing class. Naturally, 3rd Reikage would not give this kind of opportunity. He succeeded in one blow, and immediately shouted. The sealing squad, who had been waiting at the side, immediately formed a seal after hearing the order, and a series of sealing chains rushed out, instantly binding Bu Ruby and suppressing the power of the tailed beast. Gulu tilde. The bubbling sound kept ringing, and as the crimson chakra shrank, Ruby also exhausted his strength, rolled his eyes, and passed out. Great, it was successfully sealed. The ninja of the sealing class exhaled. B*********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** no reason. Third Reikage looked ugly. Maybe it's because of the slander of language. AA obviously knew something, and then changed his words, and said in an extremely serious tone, "Father, Ruby's mentality has been affected, and he is no longer suitable to be a Jinchuriki. This is not the first time Ruby has gone berserk. If the Jinchuriki are not replaced, one day Ruby will completely tear off the seal, unleashing the rampaging eight tails. You don't need to remind me of this kind of thing." Third Reikage's angry Kaido. As Reikage, how could he not be clear about this? But so what? The container of the tail beast is not so easy to find. To serve as a container for tailed beasts requires not only a strong body, but also a strong consciousness. If you just find someone as a container. In the end, Jinchuriki died, and the tailed beast was completely released. This is also the fundamental reason why he didn't change Jinchuriki. Episode 36, Target Casina. Master Reikage, I have a way to solve the problem of Ruby's rampage. Just then, a voice sounded. Everyone was alarmed, turned their heads to look, and found that it was the Jonin Earth platform of the village. Tutai, you said you have a solution? Third Reikage looked at his right-hand man and asked with a puzzled expression. The container of Jinchuriki is difficult to find, so we can only start from the seal. Tutai said in a deep voice. Seal? But our village's sealing technique can't completely suppress eight tails. Third Reikage frowned. There are tailed beasts in the 5 major ninja villages, but why does the tailed beast in Cloud Shinobi Village always go berserk? It's not because the sealing technique doesn't work. Isn't it embarrassing for him to start with the sealing technique now? He doesn't have the talent to create new sealing techniques. Master Reikage, we don't have Cloud Shinobi Village, so don't other ninja villages also have one? Tutai walked to Third Reikage and said in a low voice. You mean? Third Reikage's eyes flashed, but he didn't continue, but waved his hand. Let's go back to the office. After speaking, he signaled to the sealing team to strengthen Bu Ruby's seal, and at the same time asked Anbu to deal with the casualties in the village. After everything was dealt with, he took AI and Tutai back to Reikage's office. Tell me, what are your plans? Third Reikage said in a deep voice. Master Reikage, although our Cloud Shinobi village does not have a powerful sealing technique, other ninja villages do, and Konoha's sealing technique is even more famous in the ninja world. Tutai said slowly. Konoha's sealing technique is indeed powerful, but they won't give it to us for nothing. AI couldn't help but interrupt. He knew that it was impossible for Konoha to give the sealing technique to Cloud Shinobi Village. As for sneaking into Konoha to obtain the sealing technique? That is daydreaming. No matter what, Konoha is the village of the strongest tolerance. The scrolls recording powerful ninjutsu are definitely guarded by heavy soldiers. It is simply impossible to sneak in and steal. We don't need to steal the sealing technique, we just need to catch the person who masters the sealing technique. The soil platform is self-confident. Third Reikage frowned. Master Third Generation, have you forgotten the demise of the Uzumaki clan? The sealing technique of the Uzumaki family is the best in the world. At that time, Konoha brought back an orphan of Uzumaki. As long as we capture the Uzumaki orphan, we may obtain the sealing technique of the Uzumaki family. Are we afraid that we will not be able to solve the Eight Tails problem? Tutai explained. Third Reikage didn't reply immediately, but was thinking quietly. Although the method of soil platform is feasible. But sneaking into Konoha is not easy. Once he fails, Cloud Shinobi who sneaked into Konoha may be killed by Konobi. As Reikage, he must be responsible for the lives of his subordinates. Father, why are you still hesitating? We may not be able to snatch Konoha's sealed book, but it's not easy to snatch an Uzumaki orphan. AI said loudly. Third Reikage, who was a little hesitant, felt reasonable when he heard this, so he agreed. Since that's the case, then it's decided to send a small team to Konoha. Konohagakure. After a night's rest, and then after half a day's journey, the 4 masters and apprentices finally returned to the village. Okay, I'm going to submit the task, you can disband now. Li Yue said with a smile. Teacher, let's submit the task with you. The 3 of Casina looked at each other, and then said in unison. If they don't follow along to submit the task, when they get paid, Li Yue will definitely deduct their salary in the name of leaving early. In order to prevent this from happening, they decided to follow Li Yue to the last moment. You idiots, will I still pay less for you? Seeing the vigilance in the eyes of the 3 of them, Li Yue shouted out of embarrassment. Tilda. The 3 nodded like chickens pecking at rice. The corner of Li Yue's mouth twitched, and she could only walk towards the mission hall with a dark face. When you come to the mission hall, just walk through the gate, you will see the figure of Tsunade. Is that Tsunade-sama? Kasina's eyes lit up. Tsunade, why are you here? Li Yue said hello and walked over. Li Yue? Tsunade was taken aback for a moment, then glanced at the three of Kasina, and found that two of them were the little ghosts he saw on the training ground, so he asked, are they your students? Hello, Tsunade-sama. The three of Kasina were also clever. Seeing Tsunade looking at them, they hurriedly bowed in salute. After saluting, Kasina couldn't help but ask curiously, Master Tsunade, are you friends with teacher Li Yue? We're not just friends, Tsunade is my girlfriend. Before Tsunade could answer, Li Yue spoke first, pulled Tsunade towards her, and kissed her seductive red lips heavily. Well Tilda. Tsunade widened his eyes, then pushed Li Yue away, his face flushed. D. Who is your girlfriend? At the beginning, she hinted that Li Yue would confess her love, but she didn't, and even went to flirt with other women. Now she even said that she was his girlfriend. Do you really think she is a casual woman? Sooner or later it will be. Li Yue smiled indifferently, and then asked again without waiting for Tsunade to explode, by the way, you came here to submit the task as well? No. Although he knew that Li Yue was changing the topic, Tsunade couldn't help Kaido. I set up a medical ninja class, and I want to increase the number of medical ninjas in this way, and I'm recruiting students now. Medical ninja class? Master Tsunade, if we join this class, can we also learn medical ninja? Kasina on the side couldn't help asking. She knows her identity. The village may allow her to go out to do missions, but she will never be allowed to go to the battlefield. She is proud and unwilling to hide in the village. So after hearing what Tsunade said about medical ninjas, I had an idea. Since you can't participate in the battle, isn't it also a kind of battle to become a medical ninja to protect everyone? Sure. Tsunade nodded with a smile. Really? Great. Kasina suddenly cheered. Amid the cheers, Li Yue submitted the task, and followed several people out of the hall. By the way, Brother Shuo Mao's child is about to be born. Have you thought about any presents? Tsunade asked suddenly. Well? Li Yue was taken aback for a while, and then said with a wicked smile, give him an A-level ninjutsu I created myself. Self-created A-level ninjutsu? You mean Rasengan? Tsunade looked puzzled. No, it's an A-level ninjutsu called Chidori. The corners of Li Yue's mouth were curved. Give Kakashi the A-level ninjutsu created by Kakashi. When Kakashi grows up, I wonder if he will be surprised, and then exclaim that this ninjutsu is specially prepared for him. Chidori? Is this a new ninjutsu you invented in Hidakiyama? Tsunade was puzzled. That's right. Li Yue smiled and didn't explain too much. He doesn't know if this trick is his own originality, but Kakashi hasn't been born yet, so it's barely counted. Teacher, can we also learn from the Rasengan and Chidori you mentioned? Namikaze Minato couldn't help asking. I don't know why, every time he hears the word Rasengan, his heart throbs, as if this ninjutsu is very destined for him. Of course, Rasengan is a non-attribute ninjutsu. If you want to learn, I can teach you. Li Yue smiled and nodded. Really? Namikaze Minato shouted in surprise. Of course. Li Yue nodded. This trick was originally invented by Minato. He invented it in advance. If he didn't teach Minato, wouldn't it be too shameless? Episode 37, Minato who learns his own ninjutsu. Training ground number 3. Because Tsunade has to deal with the medical ninja class, he has separated from Li Yue. Kasina also followed in order to sign up. It was still early and Li Yue, who didn't have to deal with family affairs, simply brought Namikaze Minato and Hitaki Yuki to the training ground, ready to give advice to them. I wanted you to rest today, but it's still early, so let's have a special training. Li Yue smiled while holding a bag of balloons. The balloon was bought by him when he came to the training ground and used for Rasengan's training. Namikaze Minato and Hitaki Yuki nodded, eyes filled with anticipation. Yuki, you are a member of the Hitaki clan. The strength of the Hitaki clan lies in the sword technique. If you want to maximize the power of the sword technique, you must have a strong physique. So your training focuses on gymnastics. From today on, you will carry out physical training according to my requirements and start to bear weight at the same time. Li Yue looked at Hitaki Yuki first. He has mastered the breathing method, pointing to Genin like Hitaki Yuki, it's easy to grasp. After talking about a bunch of training plans, Hitaki Yuki walked aside full of fighting spirit and started today's special training. Minato, you come with me. After pointing Hitaki Yuki, Li Yue looked at Minato again, and then walked to the big tree beside him. Namikaze Minato hurriedly followed after hearing this. Since you want to learn Rasengan, you must first see what kind of ninjutsu Rasengan is. Li Yue spoke, then raised her arms. Blue radiance blooms from the palm, and then condenses into a rapidly spinning blue chakra ball. Is this the Rasengan? Minato opened his eyes wide. That's right. Li Yue grinned, and pressed the Rasengan in his hand towards the big tree without hesitation. Boom! A dull voice sounded. The blue light erupted, and the power of Ultimate's rotation ravaged the big tree. With the flying of tree debris and a loud noise, the big tree fell heavily to the ground, kicking up dust all over the ground. Good, so powerful. Namikaze Minato looked shocked, and a hint of obsession appeared in his eyes. Want to learn? Li Yue smiled and retracted her arms. Tilda. Namikaze Minato nodded like a chicken pecking rice. It's very simple to learn this trick, you only need to complete 3 steps. Li Yue shook her finger, and then took out the water balloon prepared in advance from the bag at her feet. The basic principle of Rasengan is to rotate. Chakra, which does not have a fixed form, is fixed in the palm of the hand with the form of rotation, and then launches an attack. So if you want to learn this trick, the most important thing is to spin your own chakra. As soon as he spoke hard, the water balloon in his palm shook violently. With a snap, the balloon shattered and sprayed with water. The hand didn't move, but the water in the balloon was spinning rapidly, and the high-speed spinning water created water pressure, which finally squeezed the balloon. Teacher, this is the principle of Rasengan, right? As long as the water flow can crush the balloon, it is equivalent to mastering the most basic rotation of the Rasengan. At that time, as long as its power is increased, a real Rasengan can be formed. Minato's eyes lit up, seeing through the essence of Rasengan at a glance. Clever. Li Yue smiled and nodded. Why can genius be favored by teachers? It is because a genius can always learn the knowledge taught by the teacher at the first time, and draw inferences from one instance. Like now, he just demonstrated it with water balloons, and without much explanation, Namikaze Minato knew what he meant, and at the same time understood the basic principles of Rasengan. Teacher, can I practice now? Minato, who has always been calm, couldn't hold back at this time, and wanted to get in touch with this A-level ninjutsu quickly. Certainly. Li Yue tosses a full water balloon to Minato, then jumps up a tree, ready to rest. Minato, who received the water balloon, took a deep breath, found an open place, and began to practice. He first recalled the training of climbing trees and treading water, and then in the same way, running chakra into the palm, and finally releasing it bit by bit. The water in the balloon, under the influence of chakra, also vibrated slightly. The teacher said that the most basic principle of Rasengan is rotation, so what I have to do is to make my chakra rotate in one direction. Namikaze Minato closed his eyes while running chakra in the way he was most familiar with. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The water in the balloon began to rotate slowly. Minato felt the rotation, and was overjoyed. His concentration was relaxed, and the spinning water flow stopped immediately. My use of chakra is not yet a Grandmaster, so there must be no distractions until I reach Grandmaster. Minato took a deep breath and continued to concentrate. Chakra gushes out, and the water spins again, faster and faster. Feeling this, Minato was overjoyed, but this time he did not dare to relax his vigilance, but continued to intensify his efforts, trying to use the swirling water to puncture the balloon. But, several hours passed, and it was almost noon, but Minato still failed to complete the training. What the hell went wrong? Namikaze Minato frowned. He has clearly mastered the trick, and chakra can also drive the water to rotate rapidly, making the balloon shake continuously. But no matter how the water swayed, the power couldn't reach the level of bursting the balloon. Why can't the balloon burst? That's because you haven't found the center of rotation. Uzumaki without a center has no power. Just then, Li Yue's voice came. Minato, who was still thinking hard, was startled, and looked at Li Yue with doubts in his eyes. Teacher, you mean? Episode 38, Minato and Naruto Talent Comparison. That's right, you're missing a center of rotation. Li Yue opened his eyes and said lightly, think about it for yourself, why does Uzumaki have such a strong tearing force, and where does its tearing force come from? Where did it come from? Namikaze Minato's eyes widened, and the image of Uzumaki appeared in his mind. Uzumaki is an inverted bucket shape. All its power comes from the most central and bottom point, through which the power is continuously released, resulting in a strong tearing force. I see. Namikaze Minato clenched his fist. He finally understood why he couldn't pop the balloon. The fundamental reason is that he just rotates Uzumaki aimlessly, splitting the power evenly on the rotation Uzumaki, without concentrating on one point. Without the existence of that point, naturally the maximum power cannot be erupted. Teacher, thank you. Namikaze Minato bowed heavily to Li Yue with gratitude in his eyes. Then pick up the water balloon again, concentrate the chakra on the palm, and spread the chakra continuously through one point, forming Uzumaki from left to right. Wow tilde. There was a more intense sound of water flowing. The water-filled balloon began to vibrate, constantly showing bumps, and finally burst with a bang. I succeeded. Namikaze Minato was pleasantly surprised to see this. Take out a water balloon again, and continue training according to the method just now. In less than a minute, the water balloon burst again. Teacher, I succeeded. Minato, who had won the second time, finally couldn't hold back the joy in his heart, and shouted at Li Yue's position. Good. Li Yue nodded. In terms of talent, Minato is indeed stronger than Naruto. It took Naruto 6 days to pop the water balloon, but Minato only took half a day. Of course, although there is a reminder from Li Yue, it is enough to illustrate Minato's talent. The next step is the second stage of training. There is a rubber ball under the water balloon. You take out the rubber ball. Li Yue pointed to the bag containing the balloons. Rubber ball? Minato went over, rummaged through it, and took out a white rubber ball. Rasengan's first training phase is rotation, and the second phase is power. Because there's no water in the ball, it's hard to imagine the direction of the chakra's spin, so spinning the chakra and forming a powerful attack is all you have to learn. Li Yue said lightly. Clear. Namikaze Minato grabs the rubber ball and gathers chakra in the same way as before. But the toughness of the rubber ball was far from comparable to that of the balloon. Even if he tried his best, the rubber ball would only shake and could not be broken at all. The difficulty of the second stage is not low, so be prepared to practice for a long time. Li Yue smiled. In the original animation, Naruto records his practice time by engraving the word Zheng on the tree. Water polo training took a total of 6 days. And when the rubber ball was broken, there were already 6 positive characters and 1 horizontal line engraved on the tree, which meant that 31 days had passed. From this we can see how difficult the second stage is. Even if Minato is talented and the original creator of this ninjutsu, it will take at least 15 days to complete this training. I will work hard. Minato nodded heavily, with a determined look on his face. Speaking of concentrating, the chakra in the body kept gushing out and poured into the rubber ball, and the rubber ball vibrated again. Time passed little by little during the training, and soon came the evening. And Namikaze Minato and Hitaki Yuki also collapsed to the ground from exhaustion, unable to stand up again. You performed very well today, so I won't accept tasks for you in the next few days. Your task for the next few days is to continue training. Li Yue stood up from the tree trunk, yawned, and said lazily. Yes, Teacher Li Yue. The two quickly got up and bowed to Li Yue to express their thanks. Okay, the sun is about to set, let's go back quickly. Li Yue said, and left immediately without giving him a chance to reply after speaking. In the next few days, the 4 masters and apprentices lived a repetitive life. Kasina learns medical ninjutsu from Tsunade. Namikaze Minato and Hitaki Yuki, under the guidance of Li Yue, practiced Rasengan and strengthened their physique. On this day, it was evening again. Looking at the 2 people who were slumped on the ground, Li Yue prepared to end today's training. But before he could speak, he saw his brother Uchiha Fugaku running from a distance. Brother, something happened. Uchiha Fugaku ran over and said in a low voice, when the tribe went to patrol the northwest corner just now, they found the corpse of the patrol team. After preliminary judgment, it was determined that there was an invasion of foreign enemies. Foreign enemy invasion? Li Yue narrowed her eyes. The Second Ninja War has ended, and the conflicts in various countries have eased. Logically speaking, no village would provoke trouble at this time. Challenge? Speaking of this, Li Yue suddenly remembered something. In the original book, there seems to be a ninja village who likes to make troubles, and it was during this time that Konoha was invaded. Thinking of this, he immediately looked at his brother. Fugaku, you asked the patrol to step up the investigation, I have something important to confirm now. After saying that, he left without giving his brother a chance to reply. He just remembered that there was indeed an event in the original book that happened during this time period. This is Kakuna's capture. Kasina has been practicing medical ninjutsu with Tsunade these days, and he hasn't seen Kasina for many days, so he has to check on Kasina's situation. Episode 39, Killing the Sarutobi Tribe Again. The northwest corner of Konoha. If there are prosperous areas in a village, there must be remote areas. And the northwest corner is a very remote place. Uzumaki Mito, wife of first Hokage, lived here before, but after Uzumaki Mito passed away, the residence here was left to Kasina. I must work hard to learn medical ninjutsu and become an excellent ninja like Master Tsunade. After a day of training, Kasina walked home as usual. She learned a lot today. Understand that a ninja does not have to be on the battlefield to make a contribution, becoming a medical ninja can also protect everyone. So she decided that she must study medical ninjutsu well. In a good mood, Kasina returned to the residence. But as soon as he entered the gate, he saw a black shadow standing in front of him. Who? Kusina was taken aback. Is Konoha's Anbu cleaned up? Sombra didn't answer Kusina's question, but asked in one direction. It's all cleaned up. A voice came from the dark. I really don't understand why there are so many Anbu around an orphaned Uzumaki. Maybe it's because this Uzumaki orphan is special. The black shadow replied, and then walked out from the darkness. Cloud Shinobi? Through the sunset, Kakuna saw the forehead protector on the man's head. That's right. These people are none other than the ninjas of Cloud Shinobi village. The purpose of Cloud Shinobi is very simple, it is to capture the orphans of the Uzumaki family, so as to obtain a powerful sealing technique, so as to solve the problem of Eight Tails runaway. How come the ninjas from Cloud Shinobi village are here? Kakuna felt a little flustered, and turned around to run at the same time. But before she could run a few steps, there was a stabbing pain in her neck, and then she rolled her eyes and passed out. Take her and leave here immediately. Looking at the unconscious Kusina, Nancy, the captain of this mission, said in a deep voice. Clear. Another Cloud Shinobi immediately grabbed Kusina and left with his companions. After Cloud Shinobi left, the sky became darker, and the moonlight poked its head out from the clouds. One of the figures galloped towards the moonlight, and because the speed was too fast, it pulled out after images. Arrive. Li Yue stopped and looked at the old house ahead. The lights are on in the old house, and it looks as usual without any problems. However, he did not relax because of this, but quickly sneaked into the old house. After entering the house, they found that there was no one in the house, and there was still a faint smell of blood in the air. Following the smell of blood, they walked all the way, and then found corpses on the beams of the house. It's Enby's body, something really happened. Li Yue's complexion sank. Unexpectedly, the worrying thing still happened. Kusina may have been taken away by Cloud Shinobi and is in danger. Thinking of this, he wanted to leave. But before he could leave, a voice came from the darkness. Yes, it's you, Uchiha Li Yue? Who? Li Yue stopped and turned to look. It really is you. The two walked out in the dark, and when they came to Li Yue, they said anxiously, we are ninjas protecting Uzumaki Kusina, and Kusina has been captured by Cloud Shinobi. The ninja protecting Kusina? Li Yue saw the appearance of the two clearly through the moonlight. Both of them are wearing Konoha's unique green vest, and they also have the family emblem of the Sarutobi clan on their shoulders. Obviously they are ninjas of the Sarutobi clan. That's right. The two Sarutobi ninjas nodded. Since you are ninjas protecting Kusina, why are you still alive? Li Yue's tone became harsh. Anbu is dead, only two Sarutobi people are still alive, which is very intriguing. The expressions of the two Sarutobi clansmen froze. They are indeed ninjas who protect Kusina. But when the incident happened, they happened to go to the bathroom, and when they came back, they found Cloud Shinobi and his party. Originally they also wanted to make a move, but after witnessing Cloud Shinobi slaughter Anbu, the two were directly frightened, so they hid aside and escaped. Afterwards, Cloud Shinobi took Kusina away, and because they were afraid that Cloud Shinobi would return, they didn't dare to show their heads at all. They didn't dare to come out until they saw Li Yue appear after hiding for 10 minutes. Seeing how the two hesitated, Li Yue couldn't guess. Sarutobi Hiruzen sent you to protect Kusina, but you are trying to survive. What's the use of keeping trash like you? Li Yue drew out his long sword with a bang. What? The two Sarutobi clansmen were startled, and after sensing Li Yue's killing intent, they immediately panicked. Uchiha Li Yue, what do you want to do? We are the ninjas of the Sarutobi clan. But before they finished speaking, the two of them felt a tingling pain in their necks. Puff tilde. The sound of blood gushing out sounded, and two heads flew out. After killing the two Sarutobi tribesmen, Li Yue turned and left without even looking at them. The Land of Thunder is to the northeast of the Land of Fire. If Cloud Shinobi wants to return to the village, he will definitely evacuate in the northeast direction. So as long as you chase in this direction, it is possible to catch up. A forest northeast of Konoha. The ninjas of Cloud Shinobi village are running with Kusina at extreme speed. But soon, the perception ninjas in the team stopped, and a trace of cold sweat fell from their foreheads. Master Nancy, someone is chasing you. What? Nancy was shocked when she heard this, and grabbed the sensory ninja by the shoulder. Is it Konoha's army? No, it's not. The perception ninja shook his head. In my perception, there seems to be only one person. Only one? Nancy frowned, and then immediately made a decision. Leave 5 people to help me clear the pursuers, and the rest will continue on their way with Uzumaki's orphan. Yes. Cloud Shinobi responded with a bang, and immediately divided into 2 teams. After the other team was in a hurry, Nancy immediately directed her teammates to lie in ambush and wait for the pursuers to arrive. About 5 minutes later, a ghostly figure flickered in the dark forest, then stopped on a tree. Do it. Nancy drank immediately. Cloud Shinobi, who had ambushed earlier, immediately launched an attack. But when the blades of several people slashed past, the figure standing on the big tree turned into smoke. Shadow clone? Several Cloud Shinobi were startled and immediately became vigilant. It's really you reckless people from the Kingdom of Thunder. At this moment, Li Yue from another tree came out, looking down at them with cold eyes. Dare to do something to my students, you don't want to live. Episode 40, The Regretful Cloud Shinobi Ninja. The forest at night is pitch black. Some kind of insects in the forest were whining, and Fukuru opened his pitch black eyes, silently looking at the earth that had fallen into darkness. Slowly, the wind picked up. There was a whimpering sound, as if someone was crying. A chilling atmosphere permeated the forest, and the faint moonlight reflected Cloud Shinobi's dignified face. Do it. The oppressive atmosphere made Nancy extremely uncomfortable, so she shouted loudly. After saying this, several Cloud Shinobi rushed forward. Act recklessly. Li Yue looked at the rushing Cloud Shinobi and said softly. After saying this, the figure disappeared. Swish! Lightning suddenly appeared. Ultimate speed made Li Yue come to a group of Cloud Shinobi in an instant, and the sunwheel knife in his hand was inserted into the body of a Cloud Shinobi with lightning speed. Ah! Terrible screams sounded in the forest. The face of Cloud Shinobi who was pierced was distorted, and the blood was rushing from his body, which could not be stopped at all. Die! Li Yue spoke coldly. As soon as these words fell, the sunwheel knife pierced into Cloud Shinobi's body immediately gushed out a mass of crimson flames. Boom! There was a roar. The flames instantly ignited this Cloud Shinobi, and then burned it into coke. Hilta! Captain Nancy widened her eyes, and then looked at Li Yue fiercely. No matter who you are, I will make you pay for Hilta. Speaking secretly, he gestured to his teammates. Seeing this, the teammates' eyes flickered, and they understood Nancy's plan. Do it! With a roar, Nancy took the lead in attacking. Lightning flashed from under his feet, his body turned into an afterimage, and he came to Li Yue in an instant. The short blade turned into a blazing white light under the moonlight, and cut across Li Yue's neck. Lightning-style lightning binding technique. Another Cloud Shinobi quickly formed a seal and slapped the ground. Thorn tilde. The sound of lightning and thunder appeared. Several bolts of lightning shot out at the ultimate speed, and when they reached Li Yue's feet, they spread out instantly, forming a thunder net, as if they wanted to catch Li Yue. It's now. The third Cloud Shinobi roared. A burst of thunder erupted from his body, rushed behind Li Yue amidst the lightning and thunder, raised his right arm violently, and grabbed the wrist of his right arm with his left hand. Lightning-style Lei Chong. Boom! A huge group of lightning rushed out from the palm. At this moment, there were attacks from front, back and below, and Li Yue wanted to avoid it, but it seemed that he could only jump up. But Cloud Shinobi apparently knows this too. The moment Li Yue jumped, the last two Cloud Shinobi attacked. Ninjutsu lightning slash. The two drank violently. Sword light mixed with thunder light bloomed. At this moment, there were people attacking from front to back, up and down, and Li Yue seemed to have no room to dodge. Facing this law, Li Yue was not in a hurry. He still has that calm look on his face. At the very moment, he exerted force on his waist, turned his body over, and swung his long sword rapidly at the moment when two Cloud Shinobi swooped in. Thorn tilde. The sound of cutting exploded, and the figures of the three separated. Li Yue landed firmly on the tree trunk, while the two Cloud Shinobi fell hard to the ground. Blood flowed from their necks, staining the ground red. Spike. The two Cloud Shinobi were instantly killed by Li Yue. Andrew, Riga. The rest of Cloud Shinobi roared out in fright. How is it possible? Captain Nancy's eyes shrunk into needles, and her face was full of disbelief. Both Andrew and Riga are special jonin of Cloud Shinobi village, and their lightning-style swordsmanship is well known throughout the village. Follow his battle plan. I charged from the front, while the other two teammates blocked from below and from the rear. After Li Yue jumped up, Andrew and Liga used lightning-style swordsmanship to kill Li Yue in one fell swoop. But who would have thought? A face-to-face. Just a face-to-face. Andrew and Riga, who had special jonin strength, were beheaded and couldn't even resist at all. Who the hell is this guy? Nancy's eyes flashed with horror. I can't figure out where a master of this strength came from, and why I have never seen or heard of it. Just you bunch of rubbish, dare to touch my students. Li Yue's cold voice sounded. The horrified people woke up in an instant, and then saw Li Yue raising his long sword, and red flames gushed out from the sword, condensing into the shape of a tiger. Breath of flame form of Wu Flame Tiger. The whispers of demons sounded in the ears of several people. Afterwards, several people saw that the blazing flames condensed into the shape of a fierce tiger and rushed towards them, only to rush forward in an instant. The Cloud Shinobi's eyes widened, and regret flashed in their eyes. They regretted accepting this mission, regretted catching Kasina, and even more regretted not fleeing immediately after being chased by Li Yue, but staying and fighting stupidly. Countless regrets filled his eyes. Eventually, turned to despair. Boom! The flames soared into the sky, lighting up the entire forest, illuminating the surrounding area as if it were daytime, causing the shrill screams to appear, and then stopped abruptly. The wind blows slowly, and the world returns to darkness. The forest is silent. Just a few minutes. Team of 6 Cloud Shinobi Jonin, all wiped out. It's so pitifully weak, Li Yue said softly, and then looked into the depths of the forest. Since there are people staying here to block, then Cloud Shinobi's large army must be ahead. As he said that, he retracted his gaze, then found the right direction, and continued to chase.